Daniel.
Hi, I'm Scott, and
Welcome to our home. Back in 2007, Scott and I were asked if we would like to move into one of the Queensland Government group homes for people with disabilities. At the time we agreed to go because it was getting too much on our parents to look after us, so we just accepted straight away, not knowing exactly what we were getting ourselves into. The first few months moving there was great. We enjoyed it, but over time things slowly started to change. The two people we lived with, they were very loud people. It was difficult to get that rest in because of the constant noise that was happening. One of the things about muscular dystrophy is you need your rest time and you need to keep your body rested, else it deteriorates a lot quicker. Our fellow flatmates often had very different disabilities to what my brother and I had, and that made it difficult for the staff because each person's needs in the house were so different.
It would be, there was 4 people in the home, and sometimes there would only be one carer, and so very often needs could not be fulfilled. You can't get to them straight away, and people were having to wait, and there was anxieties that built up because there wasn't enough care at the time to go round.
Living in the group home environment, we had no choice in who our support workers were. We were being cared for by staff who we didn't trust, and some of them were just not suitable to be support staff. We were just constantly tired, feeling down. The only access to the community we really had was through our mum and dad. Other than that, we were allowed to go shopping on a Tuesday every week, which more or less could not be changed, and we had to go on that day. And doctor's appointments, so other than that, we weren't really able to get out of the house very often, which added to the stress because we had no respite from the situation. It was just constantly every day. Daniel was to the point where he didn't want to leave his room, he didn't want to do anything, didn't want to see anyone. I drifted into a bit of despair for a while because I had no way to leave that situation, even though I knew the situation was doing me great harm. We'd been in that situation for 5 or 6 years, and no matter what we tried, it didn't seem to work. Through a man at Uniting Care Community, he assisted Scott and I to pursue the right people to enable us to move out from that group home situation. Uniting Care Communities sort of suggested to me and Daniel, look, I think you should see if you can self-direct your funding. We presented that idea to the Department of Disability Services. They initially said no, but I was adamant I was never going to live in a group home again. We were still in constant negotiation with Disability Services. We got advocacy and support from Uniting Care and the Queensland Muscular Dystrophy Association. Eventually we talked to the right people in the department, and they said, okay, we're willing to give it a go. And then one day Housing rings us up and said, we've got 2 options for you. We've got like 2 units
near each other, and we went and had a look at them, and they said we also got a 2-bedroom house in Tagan. And we came to this house. We opened the door, just had a quick look around and said, welcome, this is our home. Our life has really turned around, and I'm actually excited about the future. I remember the first morning I woke up was the first night. Was the first morning I could remember not being woken up by yelling.
Well, one of the big things in self-directed funding is having the ability to choose who your support workers are.
Choosing their own staff is a great asset, because they now have staff that genuinely care.
Which means we're in a lot safer situation than what we were in a group home, because if we were to be neglected or assaulted or abused in any type of way, we can easily just ask that carer to leave, because we know they're not cut out for this kind of work.
I manage the roster for our staff. I've got that all set up in a spreadsheet, and I ask all the staff their availability, and it also gives us the flexibility of being able to choose like what you want to eat.
We have full say when we can go out. We have full say on all aspects of our care.
It gets to Friday and Daniel says, oh, I go, let's go out for dinner tonight. And be able to just go and do it and not have to ask permission of the management. I played electric wheelchair sports for many years, and when I moved out of the group, when I moved into the group home, I didn't have a chance to get over and mix with my peers, and so now quite a few times on the days they play, I go over and talk to and encourage all the younger guys to get out there and be more active. Daniel's interests are a little bit different to mine. He goes to church, a big service once a month, which he really enjoys. He goes and sits with his peers and does Bible studies and stuff. He had very limited opportunities where he was to do that.
The changes I've seen is, tremendous. They're just so much happier. They're free to do what they like, and I'm just amazed and proud to be here to watch the progression that they are going through. It's just lovely. And I don't think that people can realise how much having your own home can be beneficial to you.
It's a whole new exciting way of thinking. When you start to give people a choice, that's the exciting thing. I'm starting to now explore the idea of just getting out there in the community a bit more, and to make people understand that they have that right to make all those choices.
The name group home is a name used by government departments for where we lived, but it was really just like living in a mini institution. If you've seen the lives of people who lived in group homes compared to the way we live now, there is no comparison. Self-direction is the way to go for disability care if Australia is serious about treating people with disabilities the same as everyone else.